time for more Hi-Fi Rush. I have nothing to say to begin this stream. We're just gonna get into it. Yeah. We're just gonna get into it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like the climb as a level. This upcoming level is kind of annoying in my opinion.
I love how I can be midway through a prison escape, then be back here. It's a good thing you don't talk. You'd probably be the most popular member of this group.
See, you say that,
My
but I'm
story,
gonna...
my time. I'll get back to it when I'm ready.
I'm gonna say that they probably wouldn't like 808 as much, because, like, everyone fucking hated Morgana in Persona.
I hope you rested up. We have quite a challenge ahead of us.
Any way I can skip all that challenge?
I am afraid not.
Well, the sooner I get started, the sooner it'll be over.
Surprisingly positive mindset, Mr. Chai.
It's almost like everyone is aware of the fact that I stopped the game mid-escape sequence and didn't actually finish the escape sequence. I wonder what's going on there.
Hey there, Chai. The action's heating up, but honestly, I'm getting a bit stressed.
Yeah, that's why I totally took a break. I am back, though.
Great, so let's get to it. The sooner we finish this, the sooner we can all take a vacation.
He's totally back.
Now there's something I'm good at. Vacation.
We did not pause. Be quiet. Anyway, I think I have a couple more upgrades to grab. I'd probably grab Peppermint's parry, since I have been expecting to use a lot of these parries and charge attacks, and then I keep remembering that I don't have them after they don't trigger. Hey Peppermint, how do you feel about me taking a break?
You're deep in enemy territory, so keep your guard up.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Feels pretty safe from right here.
Yeah, because you're like taking a break.
We all need to relax sometimes, Peppermint.
Chai, you may be right, so I'll go easy on you. Just, let's get back to it when you're ready.
So I did want to show this off. If you stop at very specific points in the storyline where you couldn't have possibly actually stopped, it does still teleport you
my adventure.
back to the hideout. And they do have a couple meta nods towards that. There are even special lines for if you stop specifically right
Security
before
wing 2. And it looks like they locked
and
me
whatnot.
out.
Then we have to force our way in. See anything?
Construction.
They actually reprimand you if you
There might be
pause
another
before
way.
the final boss. Chai, you shithead.
Oh, no one will see me coming as I sneak into this trap.
How does this keep happening to me?
Going in loud, it seems.
Also, I will say, this enemy setup is a great deal different.
You got this back.
Got a roll of my face.
I'm pretty sure normally there's not a Brutal and two Arnold Schwarzenegger ripoffs here. screwed that one up. Let's try that again. There we go. Sometimes the quick time event minigames can be a little bit difficult for me because
safe to say they
they
know
are
you're
out of
here.
sync with the music,
Please,
technically.
Mr. Chai is under great pressure. Best not to apply anymore.
You got this, Chai. Check out construction for a back door.
Positive reinforcement.
I think that's really what Chai needs. You know, typically when you encounter someone who's like Chai, they're like that because they've received very little positive reinforcement in their life. So really, you just gotta be like, good job, buddy. You didn't fuck up. Keep doing that. A lot of questions about the construction and what it's for, so I'll just say it. We got a budget, and if we don't use it, we lose it. So, Wing 2 platform construction is officially to change a light bulb above the lift platform. I heard there's a crack in the wall leading into Wing 2, but we'll just paint over that for now. Save it for next quarter. Huh. Hello, little smiley face. I don't think I've actually found that little smiley face made of tears before now. What a bizarre little secret. Anyway, I'm gonna try and actually wake up and play the game well, because I just realized I'm playing very hard, so they're gonna start throwing fucking brutals and shit at me. Which are some of the only enemies that I actually know the name of because of Zanzo. Send in the brutal. Say what you will about the bosses of this game, Zanzo at least was pretty fucking memorable. I think more games should just do open JoJo references because, like, we're at a point pop culturally where it's only cringe to, I think, a minority of
Korsica
people.
here. Well, we do have more pressing matters. Might there be anyone here who knows how to fix the coffee machine? It's only giving out decaf, and with this amount of documentation I need to get through... What? Firmware update? Why does the coffee machine need a firmware?
What's more important than catching me?
Maybe our planted seed about Spectral work?
No way to know for now. Keep moving.
So, yeah, the decaf bandit fucking strikes again, I suppose. And you thought that that one note was gonna just be an irrelevant joke about, like, haha, disgruntled employee makes a decaf. No. It's plot relevant. Only a little plot relevant, but it's plot relevant. I'm gonna be honest, the floating platforms for construction don't, I don't understand the point of the floating platforms if you already have all the scaffolding. This level just throws a whole bunch of money at you in this section. Nice. Maybe someday I'll actually have enough health to
Go
beat it.
get him, Chai.
Ow. Okay, forgot these platforms track. And I forgot that it takes multiple beats for that platform to come out. And I'm just... That was embarrassing. We're gonna move on. Do not enter the cone. God only knows what will happen if you enter the cone.
Macaroon! Sock 'em!
Gotta roll up my sleeves. Here's your ticket in.
Mission report. Just go up.
All right,
Up.
that's a
That's
mission.
it?
Looks like
go
Korsica's in her
up.
office and it's on the top floor. Hence, up.
There's gotta be
So
a catch.
we
Oh,
rode
there
an
is.
elevator
But it's not
down
about your route.
to manually climb back up.
Okay, I'm emotionally ready. What's the catch?
You can't just strong-arm Korsica to get her password like the other bosses.
Says who?
Korsica isn't outfitted with Vandalay tech. There's no pass key. She memorizes her passwords.
You'll need to get her to cooperate with us.
What? How am I supposed to do that?
Persuasiveness is indeed not one of Mr. Chai's strong
Her
suits.
color scheme
Cinnamon's right.
has been on
we need
purpose
her
this
password
whole
to shut down
time.
Spectre. Let's brainstorm here.
It's almost as if her prominent place as a shadow on the box art wasn't just because she's a favorite of the devs. It's almost like, I don't know, she might secretly be on our side. Nah, that's preposterous. I honestly appreciate that this is a twisted fight. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek telegraph. Like, there are very obvious UI spoilers you can find about it if you look. You know, they don't try and like do the thing that some companies do, where it's like, what? Metal Gear Rising? No, this is a completely unrelated game being released by a completely unrelated company. And it's like, yeah, we know it's Metal Gear Solid.
Working. Don't worry, it's fine, man. Nah,
Oh
it don't
god,
look
all
like
these
it from
robots are
here.
the same man.
That ain't helping.
Alright. Let's get to it. Kinda surprised that the air combo there didn't get me an A rank in score, but whatever. I'm pretty sure I have issues with this fight every time as well.
Cutting off elevator access.
Oh. Well,
Going up is very up. And I just lost the quick way.
Ah, the Chai I know wouldn't let that stop him.
Macaron, you've known me for like 5 hours.
Send
I
any
mean, you
security
are a
available
simple
to capture
guy,
him,
Chai.
or at least stall him. I need quiet time right now.
and not like, you know, not in a bad way, just in the way where like, I don't know, Chai, you seem like a very understandable guy. This is definitely the part of the game where I started to feel like maybe they're recycling assets a little bit, and I think that's because they are recycling assets a little bit.
This will be easy.
I don't even remember if some of these fights had second waves originally.
Let me out.
You got me for this?
They got him.
And again, my score is not good. I'm beginning to think that using jam combos doesn't boost my score very much at all. Or maybe very hard adjusts the score timings, because I remember getting A ranks on score more consistent. I'm not a score S ranker because I am a baby who loves to get hit. But Big fan of
Cinnamon,
the
give me the rundown on Korsica.
techno
Let's
dudes.
see. Hardworking,
Climb this
demanding,
area.
lack of humor, all the perfect qualities of a boss.
However, she just joined Vandalay 6 months ago.
It did seem like
Okay.
she's been trying to prove herself to Kale since we ran into her.
That's pretty insecure for head of security.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
a joke from Peppermint. Rare form.
No puns. What happened to no puns, Peppermint? I have no idea what that. Right. That's what that opens up. Kind of interesting how, despite the musical powers kind of being an abnormality, apparently, their connector for all of the Armstrong tech does seem to be audio connectors. Like there is a pin jack output on all of these health connectors. I am wondering what part of the human anatomy you could possibly plug a pin connector into in order to make it more healthy instead of
Notice
less.
to all security employees, I removed access from elevators temporarily. Please make use of the stairs. It is a healthy alternative.
Fun fact, that's illegal. So, the Vandalay campus is now compliant with the American with Disabilities Act. That's pretty shameful. Fun fact, there is an achievement if you blow up all of those sign bots in every single level. I have not managed to get it even on my profile where I've S-ranked every level. I don't know where all of the bastards are. And in some areas they fly by in scripted sequences, so you have to get them during the scripted sequence. My brain is just not that quick. Great! Help! Hello.
Trying to concentrate? If you find that guitar-toting defect, let me know. Stop fooling around. We're supposed to be looking for the defect.
He's doing his best. Not every Vandalay robot can be good at their job. Some of them just have to be at their job, you know? Whomst among us hasn't been at a job rather than doing a job, you know? Hello, weeaboo.
Peppermint, come on!
Come on!
Peppermint! Your turn!
Let's go!
Here we go!
Hey, 1, 2.
Try this out.
Oof, yeah, right. I don't want to actually parry the poetry. I have to face it. Ah, fuck. This is what I did. This is what I deserve for talking during the poetry. How is that an S rank? I fucked up fighting that weeaboo so badly. did not do anything wrong, Scrubbot. You were simply full of delicious money.
Macaroon! Sock him!
Let me at them.
That's a one-way jump, so I'm not going up there till I check for snacks. And a bust of Kale's ugly face. I think it's kind of interesting how this game doesn't have style adjudicators. It kind of just has the Kale statues. I'm gonna be honest. Style adjudicators were probably the worst part of Devil May Cry 3.
3, 2, 1, go!
They really weren't that bad in Devil May Cry 4 or 5, but like... I do not like the style adjudicators. They are kind of just a waste of time because they're not difficult. They just take time, you know? If you're not aware what these style adjudicators are, they are literally statues that require you to do a certain rank on them in a certain amount of time. They're called that because they judge whether or not you are stylish. Alright, use the battery before you pick up the new battery. Sorry, did it still just annihilate that battery from existence? Because it was... Huh.
Look at this. Zonzo's out of stock and Roquefort's piling up.
Well, yeah, Zonzo does
You want
force people to
equality,
drink
start with the
Zonzo.
drinks. We all know the world's stacked against us, but sometimes we need a drink to forget. I'm talking about these drinks. Shows who's in charge, becomes a goal. Last thing we want is some of us thinking we don't have a shot. Even though we know we don't, we want to pretend.
I don't know how to
Like
feel
I have
about
to
you,
pretend.
Detective Sebastian
Like I care about
Caliano.
these cases. Like I care about our workers.
He's
But
not
I'm just trying to
Sebastian
make ends
Castellanos,
meet.
he's
Just lay down at
Sebastian
the end of the day without a cloud
Castellanos.
over my head. You taking notes on this, bud?
I will contact the supply chain.
Do it like we're supposed to, not like we want to. This world's stone cold, bud. Better drink something warm. I know you want to take it out on me, but there's nothing I can do for you.
Well, I'm just gonna beat the money out of this vending machine in front of you. Apparently, the actual joke with those guys is that the developers of the game wanted to have an HR department and an HR boss fight, but they ran out of the money to have an HR. So the joke is that those guys are HR. One of the modelers made a model of Sebastian Castellanos and Joseph Oda as robots.
Very.
Because this game was made by the same people who made The Evil Within.
Your turn.
And their HR. I believe in a level soon we may actually get to see the HR office because it is still in game. It just isn't used for a boss fight or a level. I will hopefully remember to point it out when it shows up. Wouldn't be a techno stage without a big weird electrical hazard that doesn't make much sense. I feel like there's a lot of collectibles in this game that are just missable by virtue of, like, if you play the game like Chai, where if you just see forward progress and immediately go for it. Like, a lot of collectibles are hidden that way, where if you just go down the most immediate path, you're just gonna walk directly past a potentially visible health pickup.
right, gotta keep moving.
Ah, love the Dutch angles on that little climb. Hey, dude, how'd you get up here?
Oh, man. Whose idea was it to build a totally vertical security
I'm gonna
dome?
say that was probably Korsica.
I gotta say, don't feel so motivated to get back to work right now. Why, I'm lucid, man. That's overkill.
What a baffling response. Hello. They wanted me to make a Panopticon surveillance room in here, but that is just A, way too creepy, and B, too much work. We're getting complaints the trip up is long enough already, and don't we do enough surveillance around here anyway? So I'm just gonna cut this room from the schedule. That anyone will notice. Oh hey, it's a tango snail. I'm gonna assume that, that note is a joke about how they literally cut a fight from here because the level was getting a little long in the tooth. Maybe? I don't know. Seems like the most likely option. Dear God, that's a lot of Z-plating. Really glad I got that parry attack now. Unironically, very glad that I got that parry. Because I'm pretty sure I might have died if I hadn't landed that parry. Okay, could have done worse there. I could have died. Could have done better. I really hate Z-plating as a mechanic because I just kind of gotta wait for Macaron to cool down. Landing a Macaron parry will instantly break Z-plating, but I'm not lucky or smart enough to land those parries.
How am I getting that password?
We're still thinking?
Think better? We're running out of time.
Well, I don't see you contributing.
Miss Peppermint, please don't confuse Mr. Chai by implying that he is the brains behind the mission.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm stupid,
Peppermint.
Peppermint.
Korsica's in her office, right? See if you can mirror her screen, and we can catch her using her password.
Better than nothing. Try that.
I don't think that's gonna work. He's the head of security. I'm just gonna let them figure out they're making a mistake on their own. You can't stop your friends from making every mistake, you know? delicious money. I believe one of my favorite little Easter eggs is in this area, so let me see if I can find it. Once we get to the area we can see it from. See, this is one of those areas where, like, if you just go towards the critical path, you're going to miss a lot of secrets. Including, like, that generator down there is a secret we can't even get yet. Also, Mr. Chai, I figured out how to hack these boards. It's just Cinnamon saying hello. That is one of my favorite little Easter eggs in this game. That dial is deceptive. You can't get that dial for a while. And by a while, I mean you literally have to replay this level later in order to do that. It's funny, the longer Hi-Fi Rush goes on, the more and more you start seeing stuff where it's just like, oh! Post-game content. Like these doors.
Another weird door. Macaron, any ideas?
Interesting. That's not any of our standard models.
Looks like
I'll look into
post-game
it.
content,
Whatever
little
it is,
buddy.
we aren't getting in there now.
Anyone else see these suspicious doors around campus? I even sent an email to one of the PGR units in R&D, and they were even less helpful than unit usual. Normally, I would say I have a bad feeling about these doors, but thinking about it, as long as I'm not going in, I don't really care.
That new model robot keeps yelling at me to keep working, but it keeps giving me its work to do.
Check out that dude over there. One of the old models sent over from production. Barely knows
I thought
what
they
he's
were
doing.
recycling all the
Bet
old
he's in
models.
awe of my skills. You got the wrong guy. Knock some hard-working energy back into that model over there.
Bet you thought I was dozing off. Not me, lad.
I like how the Oscar units, if you smack them, they're only ever kind of mildly perturbed at you. Like, it doesn't imply that you've hurt them in any meaningful way, they just kind of think you're a weirdo for smacking them. 99% of viruses blocked, huh? That's not great advertising, I don't think. Alright. Can't get any more chip slots. I could upgrade my chips. Get me some parry health. I think I might get parry health. And then just round out a couple of my attacks that I am. Actually, you know, I'm gonna hold on to this money for now. I am going to equip that chip instead of not doing that. There we go. Now we will heal occasionally on parry because it will make a healing item appear. That'll also fill up our health tank, which I will say the health tank in this game is one of my favorite character action mechanics that I've seen in a while. Where if you find a health item that you can't use, it goes into the health tank and then it revives you without penalty later in the stage. Good.
Trying to hack into my computer?
Yeah, I figured.
Security?
Yeah.
Busted.
Figured that wasn't gonna go so well.
So how about I break you?
sorry, Korsica has a dog. Hello, Korsica's dog. These guys aren't too bad until they start showing up in groups of larger enemies, at which point they become incredibly bad because they're just hard enough to stun that they will probably bonk you or get you bonked by another enemy while you're trying to stun
The
them.
mirroring worked, but only for a minute.
But get this, Chai. She was looking at Spectra files. The stuff about mind control.
She must have forced her way in there.
Damn.
Wants to know the truth.
Scottish and a hacker. Girl after my own core module. I don't understand the pipe construction. Should probably have a floor there instead of just a hole. Presumably to the planet's core. Well. We're almost there, at least. So it looks like there are multiple programs within Vandalay to modify humans. I keep seeing these posters everywhere for those powered exoskeletons. Is the Armstrong Project literally a project to make one arm incredibly strong?
Okay, same thing as left.
All right, I'm putting a stop to this.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Let me know when you decide to give up.
Right, fantastic. Can we get any more lasers?
She's panicking.
I'm panicking. We don't have a plan.
Just give us a
The
second.
secret is just don't get hit by the lasers. If I was about to be burned by a security laser, I would simply become translucent. Hi, can you not do that? I will probably be getting hit a couple times in this area just because, they have a couple areas where they just place items as a joke to trick you into going for them and getting hit by a laser. Ty is easily distracted by delicious treats, you see. I guess the secret to an S-ranking score is just don't get your fucking face pushed in. I suppose that makes sense.
Trick her?
Why the negative angle? What about trying to reason with her?
The woman who's trying to kill me with lasers?
I think Macaron's right on this
got a
one.
good
I think we
feeling.
should, in fact,
How about
try
I sense
diplomacy.
that Mr. Jai does not share this uncalculatable good feeling.
wonder if Korsica had to approve the golden statues of Kale in her department, or if she put these here because she thought they would win his goodwill. She seems to have a little bit of a complex about, like, her new boss. I hope it's not a love thing. She seems kind of like a lesbian to me. And I mean that as someone who is a lesbian herself. Like, if you look or sound like the anime character of Korsica from Hi-Fi Rush, fucking call me.
Trying to take a nap. These things won't quit. This is a break room, guys.
I guess the scrub bots take breaks by just freaking the fuck out. Why are these ones so particularly full of money? I feel like those guys were full of a lot more money than me. You having a nice nap now? Yeah, I guess he's having a nice nap. We have restored order in the break room. We've noticed an uptick in defective data nodes. These are easily disrupted, and honestly, their gravity-defying physics leads me to believe they're mostly style over substance. Therefore, I'm asking for R&D to develop a simpler and easier to adjust design. Sure, it'll make security less visually interesting, but at this point, I'll take efficiency over anything. I don't think defining is the word you wanted there. I think you wanted defying. I don't know.
Peppermint, light him up.
To all employees suffering from power outages, please wait. Power will not return until excessive laser usage is finished.
Oh, so Korsica's use of the laser is actually starting to disrupt the power in the facility. I see. I wonder if, like, Kale's shower just went cold and he doesn't quite know why. I also have to wonder... Yeah, okay, this does not lead upwards. There's in fact a big hand telling me that this way is not the way up. Wondering if this elevator was in fact the critical path. See, the problem with my exploration style is that I always try to avoid the critical path, and that sometimes leads me to directly walking down the critical path, thinking it's a side route. That's about the most jam combo I can do. If that doesn't give me a good score, I don't know what will at this point. How do I keep messing up the parries on this range guy? They've made it so I can't, like, parry cancel out of every single one of my moves now. That'd be really sad. Okay, we actually got an S rank for once. Yay! I know that I talk about not caring about ranks when I play a lot of games. Hi-Fi Rush is not one of those games. Hi-Fi Rush is a game where I care immensely about my rank. And not just because I have actually S-ranked every level on hard. Wow. Korsica's actually behaving quite reasonably here. We have a bunch of lasers, just wall them in. Oh no.
Oh dear, what a bind. Freedom at last.
Hey, he's free. Congratulations, bud.
Has my savior become my oppressor?
Sorry, buddy. You are full of snacks. I don't know how to feel about the scrub bot violence in this game. This is very much a game that is firmly in the camp of only some robots have rights. Like, only Cinnamon has rights as far as robots go. Hello, sir.
Fix nerds. Then I gotta fix a coffee machine.
Yeah, it's only dispensing decaf for some reason.
You gotta, like, hold that aggression inside you, man.
Take that into consideration. You guys don't have an HR department, though, so... That button made an oddly, Sonic pinball sort of noise. That was strange. Ow. Really glad I don't, have a heaven or hell mode for this game as far as I can tell. There is a Rhythm Master mode where if you fall beneath C rank, you die instantly, but there's not like a you get hit once and you die. I don't think I'd be able to do this level in a get hit once and you die.
Peppermint, next time you say go up, please include a note about distance.
I was afraid of your famous shortcuts, so I kept it simple.
You know, sometimes you just have to work around a guy. Also, right-clicking was a mistake. That will apparently actually knock you out of the QTE to climb, which is good to know, I guess.
Looks like that's her office.
Do not disturb.
What a commute.
Knock on her door, and you're getting transferred. What if someone has, like, an important package? Korsica! Korsica, your medication! No! I'm gonna keep saving up. I could probably use, some of the more expensive upgrades at this point. Good to know that you can instantly break those barriers by parrying their formation. That's not actually something I knew about. my favorite rank. It's the only one I can seem to get.
Do not disturb. Sounds definitive.
You locked the doors, but I can still access these. Heard you like air ducts. Go get dirty.
Who told you that? Air ducts are gross. This message is left for Korsica. Your order for lunch has unfortunately been sent back due to you being unable to contact and being unable to attend to our delivery person sent to your door. If you request another delivery, please order again, but know that your inter-office staff order ranking has been negatively affected by your unresponsiveness. Sorry, there's a rank?
Last chance.
How quickly you get your lunch?
So you're gonna have to wing it and talk to her.
Remember the last time I tried to talk it out? Didn't end well.
Her demeanor is pragmatic, provided you do not escalate.
Talk to her calmly, state the facts.
Yeah, just
My
don't
specialty.
escalate, Chai.
And if things escalate,
Then bring her back here somehow? But please be nice about it.
Yeah, try not to concuss her so badly she forgets the password. Like, we know Chai's gonna escalate, right? We have to be realistic about this boy. His capabilities are low.
oh man, she's right there. On her computer.
On her computer!
And she's still looking at Spectra files.
Okay, that's good. She wants to know more. She'll listen to us.
I'm like a chameleon.
Mr. Chai, are you listening?
Waiting to strike.
Chameleons
Now
don't
this
strike
is
like
important.
that.
All you need is to subtly...
I'm good at my job and everything I do.
What the?
Ma'am, I promise it wasn't a sneak attack.
This isn't what it looks
I'm
like.
having a cat moment.
Enough!
Oh, fuck.
So
We
what
can
does
be
it look
friends.
like?
Kwame.
That I just want to talk?
I think all my defenses did my talking for me.
All I heard was a lot of meh.
Mr. Chai, do not
Chai.
escalate.
You are such an idiot.
Oh, this is bad.
I take pride in my work. You're not slipping away this time.
Listen, we can be friends. You can peg me even. Just take the quick challenge.
Guys, pretty sure she wants to kill me.
Try to talk her down.
We saw you spying those Spectra files, so you know I wasn't lying.
Assessing the problem is my job. I don't need you to tell me.
Well, apparently I do, since you aren't getting it.
Don't belittle me.
Chai,
Chai, don't attack her. Protect yourself.
that's escalation, what you're doing, buddy.
Whoa! Okay, you're serious?
I'm not stopping until you're on the floor. This is all you
Oh
got?
boy, I'm actually screwing up this timing quite badly. There we go.
Just chill, Korsica.
You broke into my office. You destroyed my security.
Well, no, Zonzo programmed your
Peacefully
security
resolve
to
this.
explode. Okay,
Wow.
well, the
Do you
robots,
even
yeah.
listen to what you say?
So, let's put down the sticks.
Not a chance.
He's basically a drummer if you think about it.
Peppermint, your plan blows.
Hey!
But I got a better idea. Let's get her really mad.
Yeah, maybe she'll have a conniption.
Coming and wear her down. Ah, you're a genius.
Whoa now. Let's calm down there.
Stop chatting. Put your guitar where your mouth is.
So the enemies can hear me when I talk to my team.
You think you can strong-arm me?
I mean, I do
you
have a
chose to
strong
fight.
arm from the Armstrong.
You like puns too?
What? No. Whatever. Let's see how you handle this.
She definitely loves puns. You can't prove otherwise.
What the?
Caught you off guard.
Okay,
He's
scratch
got
burying
wizard
everything.
powers.
Yeah, that didn't work. Plus, she's totally lying about hating puns.
You know, a
Just get
bow
out of the
staff
way.
kind of
Don't
rounds
give
out
up.
our complement of plucky weapon users. If you think about it.
I felt a breeze just now. Was that you?
I'll make sure you stay down this time.
Way to go, Ty.
So yeah, some attacks you just have to
I
dodge.
can
They
rock
don't
this
use that
beat all
mechanic
day.
terribly
You
often.
look like you're sweating.
There's some
Impressive.
enemies that do it,
Mr.
but most
Jai
of them
really
don't.
is good at aggravating
Surprisingly.
others.
It's not like
This
they
was
add
no
new attacks
experiment.
for other enemies.
How about this?
There's just upgraded versions of other enemies that we won't see that have dodge attacks. Ow.
It's only a matter of time.
Oops. Try that again.
You're doing great.
Is that a floating cat? Ugh, nothing about you even makes sense.
That's fair. Thematically, I'm a very confused boy.
Admit it. You're enjoying this.
You cocky loser!
I love it when hot women enjoy beating me up. All right.
I worked hard for this job. I won't just give it up.
What are you doing this for?
I mean, your
Kale?
company is trying to do
What does it
evil
matter?
mind
He
control.
doesn't care about you. Otherwise, he wouldn't have kept you in the dark.
Yeah,
You don't
Kale's
know that.
insane.
I know you're
No,
not
Kale's
like the others,
legitimately
Korsica.
fucking insane.
You
Look at
can
the
feel
dude.
something's wrong.
But you know something is wrong inside of that man.
De-escalating.
All right, Chai,
I
fuck
think
it up.
You may have a chance.
Or are
Yeah,
you just
you
too
heard me.
oblivious to figure that out?
Oh, come on!
That's it. Now I'm mad.
In your own words, you really blew it, Mr. Jai.
Wait, what does oblivious mean?
Enough distractions. Fight's over here, Chai.
Enough distractions, she says, as I drink my water.
Keep it up, little guy.
It's getting late. I'm supposed to be back at the hideout by dinner time.
You are so annoying.
Yeah. It's my special power.
Musical powers.
Fun fact, yeah, you can't actually get a full S rank if you don't catch Korsica there. If you don't catch her, you
Escape
actually
plan.
don't get an
Now.
S rank on that
Cinnamon.
third point there.
Give me the building schematics.
Right here.
Chai.
Man, our
Private
security
elevator.
building sucks. Oh, okay. Maybe don't do that again. Okay.
Her personal lift. I'll reroute it to the hideout.
Alright, one more knock to the head and she's probably gonna forget the password. Yeah, good job, buddy. Alright? Yeah. Great.
Whew.
Oh hey, another completely functional lift.
See? Everything works out in the end.
She woke up!
You're
Weird!
right about Spectra. But I'll handle it my own way.
We don't have to fight. You can help us.
Why can't we be
You're just not good at
Oh,
your
fuck.
job.
Hey, here comes the villain in order to do the rest of our work for us.
Security to access secret Spectra files. Big no-no.
Why would you hide the truth from me?
Welcome to the
I
team,
need people
Korsica.
trusting my vision. You failed that test.
What?
You know,
let you build an
I
army
need
of mindless Vandalay
unmitigated
soldiers.
power
What are you talking
because I
about?
need
That's not
people
my
to trust
plan.
my vision.
Just drop it, Kale. We're coming after you.
Sorry,
Actually,
did he
it's
just say
funny
his plan
because, see,
isn't to mind
I'm
control
coming
the world?
after you. Literally.
What? Oh shit, it's time for the post-Virgil boss fight that's just like a bunch of assets mashed together. That's like gimmicky and not really good. These are usually my least favorite fights. I hope they manage to do something cool with it.
What's
Like,
the
I
end
honestly
game?
don't like the Punch-Out fight that comes after the Mazer in Wonderful 101.
By controlling the consumers.
Not control, I'm freeing them.
That's not how I see it.
I don't need to explain myself to a defect. All you do is hit things with a guitar.
Sure, but I am
really
pretty
good
cool.
at it.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
over this. You're not getting in my way any longer, kid.
Guy speaks for me a lot of the time. He has the
Forget the
confidence
password,
that I
Jai.
have as
Get
a
out of there.
protagonist.
What? No! Not after all this.
Oh, and for you, Korsica, you're fired.
That's a really scary fucking robot.
Watch out!
Jai!
Probably would have been pretty cool to fight it, huh?
Fired? Oh, no, should have used the flamethrower. Alright, well, there's always next time.
Oh man, that thing has a flamethrower too? Hey, I got an S rank because I didn't die. Now that's what we call a passable performance. Yep, Korsica didn't die.
Lady?
Oh no.
Lady Korsica?
I'm in nice guy
Can
hell.
you hear me?
Your wound
Hi
was
Korsica,
really
we gave
bad.
you new organs.
We didn't have a choice.
Luckily, Miss Peppermint and Sir Macaron are familiar with robotic implants. And with my steady hand...
You wake up and you just have a fucking Android phone installed in your ass.
Saved my life.
Well, keeping you alive was essential to our plan.
Sorry. That's
Chai, what a
Chai speak for,
sociopathic way
we need
to-
your help.
That's some boss you've got there.
Former boss. I joined
I'm
his
glad that
company
she's willing
because
to
I believed
quit
it was the
after
only
one
doing
attempted
things right.
workplace homicide.
And I read those files on Spectra. I've been such an idiot.
Hate to say I told you so.
Chai!
A team is stronger with a common
I
goal.
love
And like
how
we said,
Chai, like,
another
low-key
hand would help.
bullying Korsica is kind of just their dynamic. Like, they never become friends. Like,
Come on.
they're
Why don't we
friends,
tell you
but,
everything
like,
we know?
they kind of
getting
just
dark in
bully
here.
each other back and forth.
All
Pretty
of
good.
that, right under my nose.
Kale manipulates. It's what he does. And
Yeah.
now he plans to do that with
He is
Spectra.
a CEO.
Spectra is almost a manifestation of his personality.
He used me and then tried to kill me. I won't let him get away with it.
Who would have
So,
thought that a
you're
CEO
in?
could do something
Oh, I'm
bad?
in. And I think I know what to do next. Try.
Yeah?
You got a second before we head
Is
out?
the thing we're gonna do next beat up Roquefort, that weird-looking man? Like, I don't want to be rude here, but Roquefort was fucking absolutely egg-shaped, that man. Anyway, just checking the timer and organizing my things as the cutscene rolls. Hello, Korsica. What is up?
You wanted to talk?
So, Chai, I wanted to apologize for not listening.
Can't blame you. Don't think I
Become
made a convincing
humble.
argument back there.
I was so caught up I couldn't see it. Thank you for saving me.
Wow, not used to compliments.
You may not be slick, but you get it done. I think everyone else is a bit embarrassed to say it.
Well, maybe that'll change someday. But how about now, we tie up these loose ends? So, now that you're here, why Vandalay? Why side with the bad guys?
You know as well as I do, they didn't seem like the bad guys.
Yeah,
When I
Chai,
was
you
growing
did
up,
get
my
your
home
robot
was
arm
the site
directly
of a
from
major
these people.
ecological disaster.
You wanted
Roxanne
to be
Vandalay led
Kale's
the environmental
friend.
cleanup and
You thought
helped
he was
everyone in my
cool.
city start again. She changed my life. She inspired me. Working here was all I ever wanted.
And now, not quite what you expected.
I had my doubts after first meeting with Kale, but I thought that's just how things were done. Now I know that's not the case. This
Yeah,
isn't the company
you know.
I idolized growing up.
Hey, I met my
if your
favorite
boss is
band
doing
once,
something
and they
obviously
totally blew me
evil
off,
in
so
front of you,
I know how you feel.
I think it's a little bit different here. But sure, Chai.
you know, just like it's not just how things are done.
So
They're
how
evil.
did this whole Spectra thing and Project Armstrong get past you?
Project Armstrong was in motion way before I joined, so I guess I took everything for granted. The rollout, the invitations, no idea how those were handed out.
So you can't deny they only selected the coolest people for
No.
the program.
I don't think coolness was a factor. I mean, you know what your arm is for, right?
Let's not talk about that.
But I can say, what you're doing with it, that was not planned.
Please don't remind me,
Which
my
means
hand is
it's
for
something Kale
trash.
can't calculate and use against us. It's our Trojan horse.
I'll pretend I understood that reference.
So, Chai does not know about the Trojans. Good to know. Claim my delicious achievements and a shitload of money off the wall from said achievements. Hello, Cinnamon.
Glad you didn't perish, Mr. Chai.
You draw real quick, but I'm kind of surprised by your ability.
Despite the fact you have no expression, I get the vibe you're feeling a bit down.
How about this?
So you are bummed.
I saw all your terrible decisions take place in real time, but there was nothing I could do to help.
You help by doing.
My decisions are
I
nothing
was
but
not
good.
designed to
Korsica's
fight,
alive.
but I hope to
Korsica's
be
alive
able to
because
be
of me.
more
Think
than a
about
spectator.
think about that,
At this
Snake
point,
Boy.
anything you do is helpful.
Perhaps a time will come when I can feel more like you, Mr. Chai.
I guess Cinnamon
I
doesn't
must
feel like
ask,
he's helpful.
Did you not find it suspicious how intricately designed the robot was? The one Kale used to attack you?
Aren't all robots like that?
Well, it looked like you were actually going to fight it. But then, you didn't.
What are you
Yeah.
implying, Cinnamon?
I just feel bad for the designer of that robot. They must have put a lot of love into creating it.
Yeah.
Something clearly intended to fight you. Oh, what an interesting set piece that would have been.
You're leaning a bit hard on the fourth wall there, Cinnamon. You're gonna smudge it. You be a little gentler.
You all right?
We're going to talk before we shop because we're
So
nice.
I think you were right. Korsica did listen to reason.
I'm so glad. Things could have gone
Yeah, we
horribly.
didn't need to bully
You
someone.
did see how we
It's
were
very
almost
rare that
killed by
games
a
like this have the
Kale-controlled chasing
pacifist route
robotic
work
thing,
ever.
right?
Well, in my mind, it maybe would have been a bit smoother than that. But the point is, we're here now. And we've got an ally with a real knowledge of the inside. But most of it was your work, Chai. Don't forget that.
Don't worry, I won't.
You know, there is always kind of a weird somberness about these games where it's like once the robot crisis is solved, unless Chai finds another battle to hit things
Korsica's
with
on
his
our
guitar
side now,
at,
but
like,
I don't think we'll be able to talk
what's he
down
gonna
the
do
rest of
after
Vandalay.
this?
As much as I wish the opposite, I think you're right. I
gonna
know
have
it's
to get a
not my
job
strong
after
suit,
this, right?
but from here on out, looks like we'll be taking Vandelay head on.
And with you on our side, I know we'll be ready.
Oh, Chai, that's so sweet of you. I think I still need some practice, but I won't let you down.
All right, upgrades, please. Yeah, second health tank. Additional chip slot. Okay, 2 switches special attacks. I think it's the only place in the game that it told me that. Oops. I don't really ever use the charge attacks for my partners, but I might as well grab them while I have the extra gears. Round out my moveset and everything. I don't think I ever used staccato launch. Rip and tear. Chai harnesses the energy of the beast. Some sort of evil within. Do you get the joke? The joke is that we made the evil within. Do you like our joke? And hello.
How you holding up, Chai?
Poorly.
Might want to give some...
Wait, what?
Just kidding. I can set up a training room for you to practice. Let me know when you're ready to wow me with something cool.
I believe there is an achievement for doing all of the combos on the dummy in the training room. I did not actually mean to hit that button, if I'm being honest. I did mean to talk to Peppermint. I did not mean to go to the training room. Oops. Hello, Peppermint.
How you holding up, Chai?
Please don't teleport me to the gym again.
Well,
that's how I'm holding
bumps, we're back on track.
Chai, I'm not kidding. Even for you, that was too risky.
Hey, that's what I do.
I know, but everyone here thought you...
Vandelay can't see all the tricks up my sleeves.
Well, considering we found you unconscious as well, I assume half your tricks consist of luck.
Yes.
My secret weapon.
Look, just at least try to be a bit more careful next time. Please?
Ha, you were worried about me. Haha.
So,
look at this fucking loser being worried about me.
Think we can really trust her?
Haha.
I was skeptical at first, but yeah, I think we can. The data doesn't lie. She saw the Spectra files, not to mention Kale almost killed her.
You don't think she's like a spy or something?
What? We literally had to bring her back to life. I don't see how that works out.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, let's see what her plan is. Who knows? Maybe it's better than yours.
Always glad to have these talks, Chai. Really invigorating.
You know me. I'm an invigorating kind of tea. I'm named after it, even.
I hope no one brings up how we all got back to the hideout. Explaining that would be awkward.
What do you mean? They walked back.
Oh, I bet everyone was worried about us, huh?
You guys walked back. Nothing strange.
Okay, I'm ready for the mission.
All right, Korsica, what's the plan?
Okay, everyone, gather around. Mission briefing.
Actually, we say mission report.
Isn't that basically the same?
Yeah, but it's kind of our thing.
Semantics are unimportant.
With me, we've half the passwords we need.
You know what?
My plan?
Cinnamon, as
We go
always,
after
the
Mimosa.
voice of reason.
Head of marketing.
She's on campus preparing the
I
Project
appreciate a
Armstrong
robotic
Festival.
character
It's a
who's
huge
actually the
party.
most
Sounded
emotionally
awesome.
intelligent one.
Wish I could go.
He's not socially
Mimosa's
awkward,
scheduled to
he's
perform,
always
so now's your
actually
chance.
just
But security.
right.
That's why we're taking a back route. The Vandelay Museum connects right to the concert stage. Mimosa is making sure no one misses her performance, so it should be empty.
Her narcissism will lead to her downfall.
Eloquent, Cinnamon. We only have a small window of opportunity, so we must
Sorry,
be
is she
careful.
forcing
Very
everyone to go to a
professional, Korsica.
mandatory fun day?
Compliments on my plans.
Anyway, I've synchronized Korsica's new parts to 808's frequency.
What's this now?
Don't worry, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. Don't tell her whatsoever. Don't explain it.
Quite the spectacle.
Yeah, fireworks and everything. Marketing budget now is higher than even development.
Why?
What happened to this company?
I know what you mean.
Sir Macaron, your negativity is ruining the festive mood.
All right.
Okay, maybe not
heading in.
so emotionally intelligent there. Cinnamon's doing his best.
Try.
Okay.
There should be a back route nearby leading to the museum.
One day, I want to take the front route.
How about next time we shoot you out of a cannon right to where we need to go?
I heard the marketing couldn't even come up with a tagline for the event, so they're just seeing what trends and then just claiming they made that one up afterwards. How come marketing can get away with that? Every other section is busting their butts to get stuff done. I don't think this fair has a tagline at all. I think the tagline is Mimosa.
Hey, everyone, check this out! I'm moving like one of those old Vandalay units.
That's rude.
So old school. He's been doing this for hours. Yeah, but we've been watching this for hours. Well, without an in for the concert, this is the best show we'll get. Hey, do you have any idea how long I've been practicing this? Hey, I'm watching here.
Hey, alright, we finally got it. Sorry, I had to choke down the urge to respond.
Really got the short end of the circuit here. I'm stuck with the old models. I want to watch the show, not clean it up. Well, at least I can still hear it.
So, like, is or is not everyone invited? I don't understand. Also, if you'll recall from a couple of areas ago, there was the carry bot who wanted to ask
but our
out
law
a
is forbidden, prohibited by our terms of service.
It is a risk I am
a
willing to take.
receptionist.
But what will my boss think?
Do not worry about yourself. I will take the blame.
Yeah. Good for you two. I'm not even gonna
This is the
snap.
night you've been waiting for! The Armstrong Festival! I know you're eager to get home to a better life and spread the word about your fantastic enhancements. But this is your night to celebrate! And for the highlight of the night, a special performance by the one and only me. See you on the main stage.
Korsica, is this show for the audience or for Mimosa?
Honestly?
Legitimately, she appears to be advertising herself. Notice on Project Armstrong Festival raffle results. Thank you, valued employee name here, for applying to the inter-office raffle. You were not selected to be able to attend. Thank you for your interest in the Project Armstrong Festival. Here's a coupon for your discount on your I was not selected for the Armstrong Festival raffle t-shirt. This is an automatic message and cannot be replied to at this intent. Seven o'clock start, huh? BD. Hello, Oscar.
This route is closed. I would help you, but I must polish this door. And
You
see
simply
how
must
this
polish
door
this door.
shines.
Oscar, please don't crash the game. Please don't crash my computer.
So much wasted food. I have to compost all of it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Sorry, do you compost the food by...
Don't touch me! Or this could go very wrong.
Okay.
A winning golden can thrown in the trash. It can be my ticket for the show. Engrossed in cleaning, I forgot which trash can. Please find it for me.
You need me to sense a golden can. I will use my powers for you. Robot. Golden.
My robot dreams are fulfilled. I will enjoy this entertainment. Take this sufficient gift for a reward.
I don't think you're the one who gets to determine whether or not it's sufficient, but thank you for the help. Alright. So here is,
Down the back routes.
Korsica's mechanic.
On fire!
Our anti-human security. And I think this is where I come in.
You're prepped, so get in there.
I love that they actually sort of explain
I'll have to charge up enough energy
why
to
there's
blow
just
out the
random
flames.
fires
But you've only
around.
got a few moments
It's
before
their
it starts up
anti-human
again.
security.
3, 2, 1, go! Way to go, Korsica.
Like, that's
Go on,
pretty
Chai. You gotta
reasonable.
act quick.
Robots can probably
Cyberman,
walk
this
through
tech is
fire.
amazing.
Thanks. It wasn't much.
Miss Peppermint, your face is turning red. Are you having an allergy attack?
Oh my god, these bitches gay. Not dead, just charging. Leave me be, and don't touch the charging ports. They're very sensitive. That's cute. I like that there's just a random worker drone who's had to leave a note so they don't mess
PSA
with
for
them.
all service workers. Mimosa demands water reservoir to be converted into
Why do we
underground
have
sauna by the end
a
of the
water
year.
reservoir in the museum?
Got eyes on her.
And Korsica's whole thing is that Korsica is actually quite good at stunning enemies. She doesn't do very much damage, but when she hits enemies, they go into a dazed state that causes them to take more stagger. So it becomes easier
From here,
to
we
knock
can
them
hear
out
the
of their
show. And I do not think anyone will find us. Our jobs are safe.
You two enjoy the show. I'm not gonna hit those two either. I know that there's comedic lines for a lot of robots if you smack them, but there's only so many vile things I can do. You know? The carry drones deserve a little bit of happiness in this short life. And I won't be the one to take it from you. I love coming here and playing with the Cutlawn dogs. You'd think they'd be scary since they're made to chop up glass, but they like to cuddle too. This spot is also a great place to take a break without anyone seeing you. My job is safe. So the little dogs that were hopping around earlier are grass disposal robots, it would seem. I guess that explains why they run around eating grass all the time.
You're supposed
I don't think you
to
want
be
your
the
dog
show.
to do that, typically.
Prepare to get burned.
Oh dear.
Not cool.
Putting out fires is my specialty. Figuratively and literally.
Korsica, you got this?
It's me.
Korsica, you got this?
Let's get him, guys.
These guys can be kind of difficult because their fire can. The minigame's kind of difficult sometimes, and their fire goes through a lot of your dodges.
Ready
and
for
whatnot.
more?
It can like clip you when you're dodging, and then you'll go into the fire animation. It's horrible.
Just so you know, I keep buffing up some of the tougher enemies. Don't forget to throw me in on those heavies.
Let's get him, guys.
I think the first time I played this level, this fight like fucked me up 5 or 6 times in a row. What if I just avoided the second quick time event attack? What if I just didn't do it?
Impressive.
I am so glad we didn't have to tragically destroy you, Lady Korsica.
All right, and into the museum we go.
Cinnamon, were you planning on a contingency where we had to kill Korsica? Were we going to somehow extract the password from her dying brain? I don't know. I don't want to know what his plan was, actually. I rescind my question. Got some graffiti over there. But I believe there is also snacks over here. Oh. Get to the bottom. Nice museum.
Smells like history.
I like this museum because they actually give you explanations for what all of the robots are for. Their beam arm displays over 7 billion lumens for lighting up even the darkest areas. Trying to find an old box of clothes in the basement? Or are you trying to relax by reading a book before going to bed? The GNR model is there to light the way. Portraits of all the bosses. Huh, conspicuously, missing portrait. These days, the world is filled with risk. Falling meteors, out-of-control kites, the list goes on. But the BES model will make sure safety is its top priority. With 360-degree spherical barrier protection, this personal assistant can make absolutely sure it is protected from every angle. User protection not
Welcome to
guaranteed.
the Vandelay Historical Museum. Explore the journey from its humble roots to the behemoth it's become today.
Oh, she did the announcements herself too. She's so full of herself.
Well, I, for one, am very interested.
Chai, that exhibit takes us to where we need to go. Head there.
The explorer who doesn't want to lug around cooking supplies, the BL-175 can handle everything for you. It can roast, singe, and make sure your meal is best in class no matter where you are. No need to worry about tough food. A few punches from its tried and tested Tender Punch will make sure your dish is chewable and fresh. I don't know if I want my personal chef to describe his products as chewable. Also, Korsica has been unpersoned. Also, hello, Tango Snail. Remember the evil within? Me too. Don't forget, and if anyone complains about the announcements, flag their IDs for me. Uh-oh, Korsica, we're in trouble. Access to the museum is free, but it does require a mandatory donation. Anyone entering, please make them aware of the Vandelay arrow. We didn't patent that thing for nothing. If anyone brings up the fact of disappointment in the exhibit, respond to them with the question, what exhibit? And then repeatedly trying to convince them they are in a dream. Years in the making, Vandelay has finally released its robotic companion, taking every aspect of all species of pet and combining them into one robotic emotional comfort support that will stay close to you through your hardest times. Its speech is replaced by an AI-determined set of grunts and growls that naturally comfort and ease stress. Want to show your associates that you want a Saber 01 unit but have enough money to go one step further? Then the ES-101 model fits the bill. It's everything the standard Saber model can do, just bigger and more luxurious. Say everything without saying anything at all by upgrading to the ES series. Saber 01. Vandelay is committed to non-violent and helpful services, and the Saber 01 sets the standard. A respectful and genuine personal assistant can help with those tiny personal problems in your life, whether it's fixing mechanical problems around the house or just making sure the bed is made after you wake up. Personable is certainly one thing to call them. Pretty sure Rekka's dead. You should take that painting down. Oh, hey, Smidge. Going to the festival?
Well, hello there. I give directions on the exhibit, but you seem to need help with...
Yep, another foreign entity or something.
Please do not finish my sentences. It affects my hint-giving abilities.
Sorry,
But
Smidge.
this foreign existence seems like no other than our security head, Korsica?
Yeah, things have changed
Yeah, it's
in the past few hours or
complicated.
so.
I can see the bond of friendship is strong between you both.
Also, the
It seems
teleportation
you have the
link.
ability to put out flames with your wind energy. Additionally, enemies affected
I don't think
by
they ever
this
explain
energy
why
are
she
more
has
susceptible
wind
to
energy. It's
stun
just something
damage.
Korsica can do.
Your actions are quite a team activity. Korsica doesn't directly damage enemies, but she seems like an essential part to taking down your toughest foes.
Anyway, see you later, Smidge. Alright, now here's what I want, is an explanation of what the fucking Brutal is for, so I'm glad that we get it. Taking care of all those chores is just a chore in itself. Not anymore with the Brutal series. Be it a hedge, your messy hair, slicing bread, or just piece of your mind, its radial cutting technology takes the edges off of everything. I don't think I would let Brutal cut my hair. Babu. Our latest version of the Babu model may be cute and cuddly, but it's always safety first when it comes to these units. Dispatched to cities and areas to help even the small of us stay out of harm's way. The Babu is the emotional support we need in and out of the house. The shield ape, also known as Babu. Alright, let's get to it, boys. Yeah, I knew there was gonna be a fight in here. Wow, I completely missed that, huh? Hey! I'm never not gonna do that when I get that as my fucking rank. Like, it's too funny. I'm a goddamn child. What do you want from me? This is just a museum of concept art.
You can tell it's me? Just trying to take a break. Don't tell anyone. Whoa! Hands off the art!
I guess it counts as a break if you're a robot and standing up doesn't cost you anything. As a human, I hate standing up for a long time. Well, human-esque organism.
We all know Cain Vandelay,
Oh,
our
boy.
prodigious leader. But where does the story start? Originally Vandelay Solutions, we were once a small little startup.
Why do I feel like Mimosa
Roxanne
wants
Vandelay
to
designing chips
do
and
things to
robotics in
Kale
her
that we can't
garage
talk about
that
on
sell them
stream?
out of her car. Not impressive, but you have to start somewhere, I suppose. Look, that is the original truck on display.
They don't mention those robotics led her to solving a global energy crisis. It's almost like they're mocking her.
Peppermint, let's focus.
Okay, moving on.
Somehow I feel like Peppermint's not going to be able to focus on the rest of this exhibit. I think she's gonna keep getting mad. pigeon menacing creature. I don't know why this vending machine is so healthy. For some reason, you can beat the ever-loving hell out of that vending machine specifically. Introducing the Senko line of personal assistants. For that trusty companion that follows you everywhere and laughs at your jokes, the Senko line will carry your goods, protect you from bad weather, and absolutely not go insane! Rest those arms and shade those worries. Insanity reduction coming in a future update.
I get the feeling this exhibit will be very one-sided.
The winners of the war write the history books, unfortunately.
Ah. Renee Magritte's Son of Robot.
Fire squad reporting in! Stop it right there!
Korsica! Here's out.
So yeah, a lot of fire enemies, their whole gimmick is that they quite literally just have the fire particle effect on them. So like, when they hit you, they make you do the little fire mini game where you have to tap WADs really quickly. Also, this second wave was definitely not hero original. So, I finally confirmed that some levels they do in fact add enemy waves to the fights on very hard. Also, these firefighter gentlemen have a tendency to just fucking explode if you get them to low enough health. I couldn't mark on it on the moment because I was busy getting my shit kicked in. Also, some of these artworks are pretty good, I gotta say. You have the Scream but a robot, a painting of Kale Ginger Ale. You know, honestly, the worst part is I'd probably be drinking a lot of the Kale Ginger Ale. I like me a good ginger ale. If it's literally kale flavored, we're gonna have a problem.
And in only 3 years, the company became the world's largest supplier of robotics. Robots that efficiently and literally made the world a better place every day. We were now Vandelay Technologies, but we still had a ways to go.
Those were the good old days. Everything we did felt like it made a difference.
That's because it did.
And from the outside, no one knows any better.
Oh no, if only the good corporatism was happening instead of the bad corporatism, you know?
Kale's a liar, Mimosa. Figures he'd side
Yeah,
with
I'm
him.
not dead because Kale's bad at his job.
Ooh, what a twist.
What
Enough theatrics!
Oh, there's never enough. And I'm not going to let you ruin my performance.
You don't get a choice in the matter.
Need help?
the old one, too.
Oh, okay, so that's enough to get me an S rank, almost getting my head beat in.
Looks like the alarm triggered some lockdowns.
Also, dear
look around for
God, the
another route.
narcissism. Yeah, sorry, Zonzo's got some sort of carte blanche, which is not a flavor. Mimosa has mimosa flavored sparkling water. Roquefort's got espresso in a can. Yeah, I'm sorry to say I would in fact be drinking nothing but Pale and Zonzo. Oh, it looks like they're taking down the paintings.
Got all of my slaves.
Because of the firing / murder. I somehow missed that graffiti my first time through this level, would you believe it? I also just noticed that all of these paintings are just digital photo frames. I wanted to remark on it in the other room when Mimosa came on all of the museum photos, but I just also saw a deactivated one down below. Oh dear. Try that again. Yeah, I don't think I ever used that little charge-up launcher. The dash launcher is just too good, to the point where I kind of rely on it to the point where I've been getting hit trying to do it mid-combo. Not quite sure what's going on with the abstract robot horrors in here. I guess we are to understand that Cinnamon is like special because it took so long for Macaron to make him. Because I'm thinking now about the replicability of AI and how all of the Oscars we have seen are the same Oscar. I noticed they're chucking a lot of garbage in the back here to either fix or get rid of. Finally, Museum should be a shining success story, talking about our great Roxanne and what she built. But I get the feeling marketing is putting their budget elsewhere. Going from our robotic retellings of history to these cardboard cutouts? What a shame. I agree with Oscar. But also, like, all of the Oscars appear to be the same Irishman. I'm wondering how that works.
Your work was chastised for being too dark, but I think it's quite powerful.
I don't know how to feel about Brutal devouring his scrub bot. Anyway, we have a new party member, which means new ability. Yeah. Typhoon's honestly not terribly useful, in my opinion. Like, none of the charge-up attacks for any of my partner characters really are, because I never use them, but Korsica's even less so.
Hey, Chai,
just good
I can
to
overheat
spam.
that generator model.
Why would I want to do that?
Watch this.
Try this out!
Why?
3, 2, 1, go!
Move quick before it cools down.
Normal way to design your facility in such a way that if you overheat the generator, it actually opens up a bunch of security flaws that make it easier to infiltrate. It's actually a completely average way of building. Good thing that we have Korsica here, though, because if we had, you know, come to this encounter without somehow flipping the head of security to our side, we might have had a hell of a time getting past a lot of these obstacles. That's why I'm always kind of annoyed by games that imply that, like, every aspect of the protagonist's plan was planned out from the very beginning. And, like, they definitely accounted for every possible thing. Because really, how could we have accounted for the coursification of a party?
No problem, guys.
Hey! Kinda bungled my timing there. You can tell as the stream wears on because I stopped getting S ranks in just timing. More of those absolutely bizarre electric traps. Ow. Ow. I deserve that.
Great! What's this?
Looks
I'm
like
glad
the
that
museum
Shy is
power supply.
also perturbed by
turn it
the
off?
museum
Maybe temporarily.
power supply.
There's a generator nearby.
Kind of weird that this is here,
You got this?
and the way that it is, right?
3, 2, 1, go!
Quick, Chai! You gotta move!
That could have gone poorly.
All these electric pools and gears. I thought we were in a museum.
Your request. Replace complex water generators and jumping puzzles with simple electric switch. Request denied. Reason. This is so much cooler.
Try this out.
Gotta replace that generator core. But how am I supposed to get that there? If only I had a strong assistant who could help me out.
I have one of those.
Hey, I don't attack you at your job! Wait, who are you again?
He says that, but I've been literally attacked at my job by these robots many times today. My job, of course, being obligatory weirdo hero.
Korsica! Don't worry about me. Let me have a go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Gotta say, I really enjoy the fact that whenever you turn on one of Korsica's generators, there's a little puppy drum fill to go with it.
Macaroon! Sock 'em!
You cold?
Also, the first time I played through this game, I didn't know that you could hold down Macaron's button. I thought you had to get it on the first pass inwards when he first spawned.
The generator's still running.
That's
that was nearly undoable.
Stop! Here we go! Let's go!
This museum fight also fucked me up real bad the first couple times I did it, just because there's a lot of boys who are on fire. If you don't pay attention, it's really easy to take a bunch of damage from the electric floor.
Come on.
Fatal that's gross, not in combat though. I just want to live, you know? Oof. I've had cleaner fights. Yeah, got that fucking Counter-Strike source. When I first got this reverb battery that it was part of like a new Vandalay product line where they were going to try and sell batteries to people that sucked, so they just kind of like continually needed to buy batteries. Is that, am I to understand that that's what's going on with the reverb cores that Chai gets? Like, is he just putting more batteries into his body? What are the effects of putting a lithium-ion battery in your fucking organ?
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright.
Oh, Mr. Chai, you have
in
quite
museum
a view
floor.
of the exhibit.
Cinnamon, why are you the only one enjoying this?
It's exciting and educational.
He's right about that. Okay, someone messed up big time. Some model from a scrapped version of the Kimono series is hanging in the open air section. We scrapped that for a reason. Looks like someone didn't get the message and put it on display. Thought we destroyed all the leftover models, but whatever, just take that down. Last thing we need is people seeing what's in the pipeline.
A notice to all employees.
I'm wondering if that's a joke about a literal scrapped enemy, or if
has been greatly
it's because there's an enemy in here that
I just want to let everyone know we're all in
have to
tip-top
fight
shape to rebrand our
soon.
lineup of executives.
Hello.
Found you.
Yeah, fire troopers. This is the level where they introduce the fire enemies.
Light 'em up!
my cat by doing kata. You know how it is. See, that's how fire enemies are annoying. You have to do a button mash minigame. Any enemy that makes me do a button mash minigame is the worst enemy in whatever game I'm playing. Counter-Strike Source! Oh no! Again. I think there are secret treats over here. Why else would there be a platform over here? Also, I feel like suspending a whole bunch of shipping crates from the ceiling is not a great idea. Like, we're already suspending the robots, which isn't a good idea. But then... you just put a bunch of boxes up there, also.
No problem, guy.
Don't forget to thank your brand managers, the real heroes.
I feel like someone in the development pipeline of this game heard a brand manager say that
where I'm
sentence.
afraid of heights? Also, why did they even program me to be afraid of heights? None of this makes sense. Stop! 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 Oh, please get me down from here!
You know, there's a very specific way of saying stop that people have when they are, specifically, like, afraid of heights or something. That voice actor got it down pat, I must say. Alright.
Come on!
Huh, clock tower. I wonder if this clock tower is gonna bayonetta on me. That's the other thing with the fire units. Grappling to them when they're firing. Not safe. Dong. Oh man, it's almost showtime. We're like 15 minutes out from showtime. We gotta hurry up. I need to go murder Mimosa live on stage.
I don't think that platform's gonna hold.
These enemies here are definitely additional to this fight because they're very hard. Not used to there being flame units here.
An exhibit destroyed. Great. Let's burn this whole place down.
Peppermint, you seem a little angry.
You okay? You seem more annoyed than usual.
Nothing.
You seem a little.
It's stupid.
You seem a
Let's
little.
just
A
get
little
out of here.
coaxy with mouth. Hello, Seb. I like how you always have a menacing
Just
wind
look at it.
blowing just
Quite the
behind you.
spectacle. Should really get this place checked out. Someone may get hurt. But sometimes I think someone should get hurt.
You're
Only way to
HR!
spark some change. No one wants to make the first move. They only take the first steps when it's too late. Why do we do this to ourselves? It's a vicious cycle. And I'm supposed to be the resource to help people? I only clean up the mess. And what a mess this one
Maybe
is.
you should do your job
We
better.
avoided perilous injury.
Should be thankful. Or maybe I should have felt some pain.
Yes.
Maybe it would have helped me to try to help. Well, there's always another day.
You've got problems, man. Gee, I wonder if there's gonna be a... Oh. I was gonna make a comment about there being a fight in this conspicuously fight-shaped room.
Another one.
There's just lore.
As time crept
fight.
forward, Roxanne Vandelay saw it fit to retire and pass along the company to a new visionary.
I don't think that's what
Cale,
happened.
her only child, was the obvious choice. He was as smart, if not smarter, than his brilliant mother. And oh, look at that hair!
What? That's just a lie.
Miss Peppermint, you are more frustrated than dealing with Mr. Chai.
Today, Cale's dear mother lives in peace and quiet.
Why did they put so
Enjoying
much
her
emphasis on him being an
knowing
only
the
child?
company is in great hands.
He forced her out.
Hey, Peppermint, what's up? Can we talk? Real quick. Peppersmint.
Just as annoying as
You
Cale
okay?
can say.
Shut it!
Never.
Oh, hang on. Gotta get these delicious sodas. The Kimono line, a fierce and friendly child protector and playable companion. Our kimono shows the softer side of Vandelay. Want a pet without all the waste and frustrating caretaking? Equipped with cuddle mode, this unit is sure to charm even the youngest future Vandelay fans. You know, I think maybe the reason why nobody is buying Vandelay's stuff is because they're
Don't worry,
advertising it
Mimosa's just
in the
throwing
most
whatever she has
horrifying
at
way
you.
possible.
Well, I'm sure it's exciting to watch.
Indeed, it is.
It's like, buy the new teeth bot. It'll make sure all of your teeth stay in your mouth. If you don't buy the teeth bot, who knows what could happen to those teeth. And it's like, oh, why don't people want to buy the teeth bot? We're advertising him so well. He makes sure the teeth stay in your mouth. And that nothing bad happens to them.
Don't worry about me. Let me have a go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ow. I think it's the first time I've ever done that particular one in this platforming challenge.
Come on.
There's treats over here. Could these treats be leading me somewhere? No. That would be preposterous. Oh yeah, it's one of those fucking Spectre doors. I see this strange door. I question the purpose, but what is the purpose of anything in this world? The longer I stare at the
All right,
door, the
Korsica.
longer it
You
stares
out
back
of
at
all
me.
of us must know what these doors are.
Sorry, Chai. No idea. I remember asking Cale about those when I joined the company. Never got a straight answer, though. But we should focus on the mission. Never mind those for now.
My drugs. What do you want from me, huh? Come on now, Korsica. Everyone's allowed to have a drug room. That's normal. I'm a normal guy, a normal CEO. I'm not even British.
You called?
This room sucks.
Some
I remember
pests
this room
just don't
distinctly.
want to go away.
Show's over, Mimosa.
Oh, I doubt that. I haven't even hit the stage. Too bad you won't be able to catch the performance of a lifetime. But at least you'll get a light show.
Alright, get pulled into the parry attack. There we go. I avoided getting clusterfucked because I got pulled into the parry attack. See, it was a strat that I got my shit pushed in. Ow. Again, the lone baboos are not terribly difficult. It's just when they show up with other shit that it gets bad. It's also really easy to just lose a bunch of health in this room, because you will be standing on an electric floor and not realize it. Thankfully, health parry has been the correct answer so far.
Let's go.
Ah! The bird! The bird of suffering! That happens every time I do this damn fight.
Some pests just don't want to go away.
Some pests just don't want to go away.
Mimosa.
Oh, I doubt that. I haven't even hit the stage. Too bad you won't be able to catch the performance of a lifetime. But at least you'll get a light show.
Come on! It's me!
I forgot that the secret to this room is kind of just air combos. Not doing too great against the fucking first wave of Fireboys, that's for sure. Okay, let's see if we can fucking fight this bird successfully. Dear God. Okay, let's not fuck it up. Oh. You have no idea. Ass! You have no idea how many times that fight took my first time through this fucking game. It was horrible.
You're almost there, Chai.
Just open the door for us in the next room.
Oh boy, is that another exhibit to the left I just saw? Hacker cat. Hello.
Okay, I think the place is clear.
Kale took Vandalay Technologies into the next era with his vision for the future. Project
Oh boy.
Armstrong. He single-handedly developed the robotic limb system, taking the world's biggest technological empire directly into our hearts and minds.
Doesn't Peppermint have a non-Armstrong leg? Leg strong?
You liar. That's not what happened.
Peppermint, take it easy.
I feel your pain. The exhibition was not all I hoped for either.
She did all the hard work. You stole it.
Why do I feel more out of the loop than usual?
I wanted to be my own person. I ran away from my family when I shouldn't have. I didn't know it would lead to this.
Peppermint, what's wrong?
Kale didn't develop all that technology. I know this because this leg, my mom made it for me.
Your mom has a competing robotic limb company.
No, Chai. My mom is Roxanne Vandalay.
What?
Yeah,
which makes
wasn't
Kale
that hard to
my brother.
Yes.
Now this makes
Brother's
a
a
lot
real
more
fucking
sense.
used condom.
He's
Peppermint.
always taken advantage of people.
He sucks.
I didn't think he'd take things this far. I know what you probably think.
Yeah, maybe if we don't
Who cares?
stop the idiot, he'll just stop.
Did you think we wouldn't talk to you anymore? We got this far because of you. We're all here because of you.
This is a good moment. I like Chai.
And I'm here fighting because of what you found and what you're trying to stop.
Not
He's
to
a pretty
mention,
cool
Mr. Chai
guy.
is the one in the most danger.
Well, yeah, there's that, but that's like secondary or something.
That's
Your brother
hard
doesn't
secondary.
define who you are.
And this doesn't change anything.
Really?
It only gives us a stronger reason to fight. As friends.
Chai,
I mean, you
that
didn't
was
even lie to us about anything,
beautiful.
Peppermint. This was as far as reveals go.
So,
like,
you want to go crash a party?
I have been
I'd like
betrayed much, much harder and much worse.
You know, I really wanted to say that crashing the party line since we got here. But it's okay. You can have it.
All right.
Why do I have a feeling that he's gonna find a way to get that line in anyway? You see, the imagery is that he's closing the door on the pass. See? That's the imagery. He's closing the door on her brother and the pass. Anyway, the funny thing about the next stage is that it's not really, to my memory, all that long because it doesn't even show up on the graffiti board for the graffiti. So I'm just gonna do the next stage and the next boss. Let's go crash a party, and then that'll be the end of stream.
It's right here.
Okay. What am I supposed to do?
Chai, do your thing and get up to the backstage area.
Her performance time is moments away.
You're gonna have to hustle.
That path should lead you right to Mimosa's dressing room.
Good old Chai sneak attack.
Alright, just hit her over the back of the head with the guitar.
This time.
Yeah.
Hey, give it another chance.
Surprise her, and you'll get the upper hand.
I don't think a Chai sneak attack has ever worked successfully.
I'll see you at the show. We'll take her down.
Also,
Together.
wait. Is this plan a comic book inside of a comic book inside of a comic book? Have all of these mission briefs been real that we've been writing on?
Mimosa.
Chai, just follow that hallway and you'll be at her dressing room.
Yeah, this actually counts as graffiti for the previous stage, which I think is really funny. Pyrotechnics will be used in this performance.
We weren't able to stop the intruders in the museum.
This is genuinely my fucking favorite part of the game.
Performance at risk. I am going on now.
It's the children's choir.
Put them in the theaters. I don't care.
There goes our ambush plan.
Miss the
I'll
children's
just have
choir.
to do what I always do. Improvise.
This is definitely one of the stages where they try to do the thing where they distract you from delicious collectibles by being like, you gotta go, you gotta go. Unless there's an explicit timer in a lot of video games, you don't actually have to go. Which is why Deus Ex Human Revolution did that thing in the first mission where it was timed, so that you felt like your choices mattered more than they actually ended up doing in the last game. Cut the second paragraph. No negativity at all. Feels like an apology. Makes us look weak. Vandalay Technologies is proud to announce that the Project Armstrong Festival occurred with astounding success on the Vandalay campus, with special critical acclaim for the headlining performance from Mimosa. The only possible negative comments were by some who were unable to get tickets to the performance due to astronomical demand. Mimosa has been quoted leaving the stage after her show as saying, "Never have I seen anything as glorifying to myself as this festival. I think we found our new annual tradition." Is this marketing department marketing the company or her? Is it because she's willing to compliment Kale's stupid hair? Mimosa's hospitality rider. 100 unopened bottles of water stacked in a pyramid shape. A private jet fueled and ready to fly but not intended for use at a nearby airfield. 2 Lucille units standing as coat racks. Due to weather, no coats will be needed, but coat racks still required. 3 5-meter aquariums with 47 species of fish en route from dressing room to stage to set the mood. 17 packages of candy-colored candy packets with all the green colors removed. Cream-filled cookies separated with an equal 50-50 ratio of cream on either sides of the cookies. 1 scrub unit to personally move 3 steps ahead of Mimosa to ensure pathway is clean and sanitized for her. No exceptions will be made. I don't know if Queen of Spin is a good name to have as a marketing director. Call me conspiratorial minded, but I think that's a bad thing actually. You know what? Sure. Korsica. Come help me beat up this loser. If I manage to get reverb against Mimosa, you're helping me beat her up, Korsica. Let's go. Alright, where is she? Smells like cringe in this dressing room.
Alright.
I wonder why.
Backup plan. Where are you?
Not cringe, no.
Is it ready?
A different smell.
You want a costume? Where's left
Dead
shark?
memes?
I can't find left shark.
Left shark?
Yeah. Dead memes.
There he is. Get him on stage now.
Hi. Let's go.
It's a long way to the stage. You better run, shark.
Okay.
Miss your cue, and you are dead.
Why
made
did
it
Chai
backstage,
take
Chai.
the time
Where
to
are you?
pretend to be
I'm
a
on my
shark
way to the
just
stage,
then?
dressed as a shark. Ask me anything.
Please hurry. Mimosa's on stage now.
There's
see,
no
this
time
game
to be
is
subtle
aware
about
of
it,
Reddit.
Chai. Just go at her.
This costume, I don't think subtle is an option. Just think of an exit plan.
Leave it to us.
I will miss my cue for collectibles. Alright. Whatever we do,
Evening.
we just gotta not interrupt her performance. That'll make her really mad.
For being a part of Project Armstrong. Everyone, put your hands in the air! Thank you so much. This is so on brand. It's amazing. You're gonna be great out there.
Look at her, hamming it up.
You've got to get up to the stage.
Almost there.
There's money, though. Be late for $600? Why, yes, I would.
Let's do this.
Hello? It's me!
You're mine, Mimosa.
Wait for your cue, shark.
No, we're fighting.
Give us your Spectra password. You!
It's not a
You
password,
won.
it's more of a pass drive.
Actually, you're all in store.
This is my favorite
for a
fucking
very
song in the game
special
coming up here.
engagement. One of my good friends is here.
This game rules.
I am the Queen of Spin, and this is my show. Assistance! And you
I
are
love
there.
a big band number.
Get ready for a show. Now hit it!
I really hope my computer doesn't crash.
Korsica, you got this?
Showmanship's all it's showtime. Chai, her dress is protecting her. You won't be able to directly damage her.
You'll have to stun her to even have a chance.
Let's get him, Chai. It's showtime. Showmanship's all you've got.
You picked the wrong fight.
This dress is a part of me. You'll never.
Here's the house, Chai. Go, God. Do as much damage as you can before her dress comes back online.
You won't get away with that.
Get him, Macaron. Lay off the little boss.
Hi, her dress is back at full power.
Call me in and keep at her. Don't give her time to recharge. Get out of our way.
Looking good.
Back down, Chai.
It's showtime.
That's all you've got.
Take a lesson. Don't interrupt my performance.
I haven't done this fight on very hard before. Good to know I can't just parry those musical notes anymore. Let's try this again. Thank you. Yeah,
Give us
hi,
your
it's me,
Spectra
Jai,
password.
fucker.
You ruined. Actually, you're all in store for a very special engagement. One of my good friends is here.
We are not friends.
I am the Queen of Spin, and this is my show. Assistance! And you out there, get ready for a show. Now hit it!
We are not friends. Thank you, 808.
Take this, Mimosa.
Chai, her dress is protecting her. You won't be able to directly damage her.
You'll have to stun her to even have a chance.
How about this? This dress is a part of me. You'll never get out of our way, Mimosa. Stop it right now! That's my dress you're stretching. How about this? So much left on the door.
Korsica, you got this?
Yes. How about go, boy? Do as much damage as you can before her dress comes back online.
You picked the wrong
fight. Live feed.
This dress,
Her dress is back in full power.
Call me in. Don't give her time to decide.
Take this, Mimosa.
erase that from the live feed.
I can't believe she's got fucking live stream editing, so they can't see me beating her up.
Stop it right now! That's my dress you're scratching! Show her! Let us go! Back in full power! Bye-bye! Get out of our way, Show her!
Take this, Mimosa.
This dress is a part of me. You'll never.
You picked the wrong fight.
Stop it right now. That's my dress you're stretching.
Ow. That's fair. I forgot you had a command grab. This cover as fast as you can fucking rules.
This is entertaining. Let's raise the stakes and turn down the lights.
This is what you get for being too fabulous. I can see you because you're so fabulous. This is literally a punishment because you had to have your spotlight be a special color. Oh, and I missed with this too.
Our very own Vandalay side story.
Korsica, you got this?
You already got it.
Korsica!
Get out of our way, Mimosa.
Get on, working together.
Jam time.
Try this out.
Lay off.
Korsica!
Get out of our way, Mimosa.
Korsica, you got this?
Get out, This dress is a part of me. You'll never do
Bastard, baby, scratch me out. Free yourself fast as you. All eyes on me, Mimosa.
This crowd's in the palm of my
What if I
hand,
upstaged you?
and they want to see
so
a
hard?
real performance. Let's see who they're here for.
Yeah? Oh, okay. I mean, you're gonna win on that one. You are hotter than me. What if I shredded harder than you ever could?
No one takes my limelight and lives to tell about it.
I may have to restart from checkpoint though.
You picked the wrong fight.
Lay off the little car. Let us go! Korsica! Get out of our way, Korsica! Government, come on! Korsica, you got this! Someone that's all you got! Now this is our best! Korsica, you got this! Get out of our way, Mimosa! You missed a lot! Pick it up! Ready for this? Go, Korsica! That's all you got!
Ah, no! The command grab. Too bad I have checkpoints, idiot. Ha 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 ha!
No one takes my limelight and lives to tell about it.
Try this out!
Take this, Mimosa!
There we go!
Get out of our way! The crowd is here for me!
You picked the wrong fight.
Try this out! Lay off the little car!
Erase that from the live feed!
Don't, Korsica!
Someone that's all you got! This dress is a part of me! Take it, Mimosa!
Here we go!
Go get it, guy!
Korsica, you got this!
Someone that's all you got!
Try this out!
It's me! You little rook!
Here I come! Let us off! Should have ever been!
You picked the wrong fight.
Back her up! Sock him! Lay off the little car! Go, Korsica!
Get out of our way, Mimosa!
Government! Your turn! Korsica!
You little rook! Someone that's all you got!
You got this, man!
You won't get away with that!
Try this out!
Get out of our way! Take this, Mimosa! The crowd is here for me!
Government!
Try this out.
Back her up! Sock him!
Someone that's all you got! This dress dress is a part of me. You'll never let go of Get out of our way, Mimosa. Well? That's smart. Let us go! Peppermint! You picked the wrong fight. That's all you got. Get out of our way, Mimosa. Stop it right now! That's my dress you're scratching! This dress is a part of me!
Oh boy, more equalizer waves. Sorry if I've gone quiet, I just don't want to die.
Lay off the little ball.
All right. Sorry, Mimosa.
Some things you just can't
You're pretty
spin.
cool, but the guitar is the coolest thing I can think of. He died.
I could get used to this.
You did good, Chai.
Think it might be time to get out of here.
Everything ready?
Electricity is rerouted.
Turn on the lights.
Kale has no idea how owned he is right now. We literally share zoned him. Yeah.
Shut the campus
If
down.
it sucks, hit the bricks. You can just leave.
Sir. All of them!
He shut down the whole goddamn company, huh?
I don't believe this. Now Korsica's with them. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Well, technically, it's just you and me now.
Shut it, Roquefort.
Kale, I prioritized shielding the tower, reallocated the budget so not a bug will get in.
Well, what do you know about security? You're just a number cruncher.
You don't want to upset me, Kale.
Why not? I want to see just how angry you can get if those punks make it in here.
If it comes to that,
Oh
I'll
shit.
take care
Roquefort's
of it.
got
Now,
the
might I
Hulk
suggest
modification.
Pushing plans forward.
After I get
He
a
said the
coffee-
sentence.
We shut down the cafe.
When I said close the campus down, I didn't mean the cafe!
You said close down everything.
Yeah.
But not coffee, Roquefort, not coffee. You always need coffee for things like this.
Go have a can of Roquefort.
Open the cafe.
And Spectra?
We're going to have to accelerate the plans. Settle this like family.
Yeah, you know, settle this like family, with kindness and mutual understanding of one another. Anyway. That's gonna be the end of stream for tonight, since we've been going for a little while. Thank you for coming out if you've watched this far. If you didn't, I'm thinking bad thoughts at you in the hopes that it'll hurt you. I hope you have a good night. Good night!